up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY. I'm here, aka Grace, and it's time to get into the new Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So I bought mine on the pre-order the day it launched, but since I bought it like later in the day, I didn't buy it when she first sent the email out. Mine came today instead of yesterday like everybody else's. So this video is coming to you on a Saturday, but you know, that's okay. The point is, I got it Friday. I filmed it Friday so that you can have it Saturday. Amen, amen. Okay, so it's this Yucca palette retails for $69. Y'all know the middies went up from 65 to $69. It says a set of 15 new fiery shades in an exquisite palette that synergistically merges Natasha's three daring formulas of sparkling foil, matte, and metallic. It says, become immersed in a tropical paradise surrounding her. Natasha has created a new trend of eyeshadow with statement-making, hand-designed original shades and formulas. From the revolutionary sparkling foil, first introduced in the Love Face palette, to the cream-textured mattes and the ultra-shiny metallics, these buttery smooth shades provide maximum color payoff, blending seamlessly to produce vibrant, ultra-pigmented, long-lasting looks. The rich pressed shaded shadows leave the skin with an optimum texture and comfortable all-day wear for any skin type and tone. And then it tells you the names of each one. Okay, so I just recently did a video on why you don't need when it comes to this palette, so I'm not going to like show eyeshadows to compare to this one other than ones that are already in Natasha Denona's collection. So I'm going to show two Natasha Denona palettes that I feel like could be like alternatives for you if you already own them, if you don't want to necessarily rush out to get this palette right here, as you can see. And then I'm going to have a short score of the day that this goes up, of course, showing you all the other palettes that I had to show from the first video if you don't want to go back and watch the first video, because you just want to see what this palette actually looks like as opposed to me guessing based upon pictures, since I didn't have it. So this shade from the gold palette keeps falling out on me, so that's why I'm like trying to hold it at an angle instead of holding it the way I normally would, because I don't want it to fall out. So here's what both of them look like. This is the gold palette and this is the Yucca palette, obviously. I heard the gold palette is back in stock. One of you all told me that in my comment section, so I went ahead and pinned that comment for anybody who's interested in this palette to know that it is come back. Oh God, y'all, I just hit myself in the nose. Who keeps messaging me? Child, what do you want, y'all? People keep sending Instagram messages while I'm trying to film. Honey, keep it together. Next, I have the Metropolis palette. It does have a lot of colors in it that are similar to it. Like you see, you have the greens and a lot of neutral tone. So I figured this might be a good alternative for you as well. Now, this was a limited edition. I don't know if it's still on her website or not. Don't quote me, but I got mine when she relaunched it, I think it was last year in 2022, because everybody had talked about it for so long and said how wonderful it was. But since it was cream to powder, and a lot of them were supposed to be cream to powder, and her cream to powder I felt like hadn't been perfect yet, I was like, yeah, I don't, no. So here's what it looks like alongside it. So if you have this one, you might not necessarily feel like you need to get that palette either, because y'all saw a lot of the greens in there and stuff were similar. I feel like the only real different pop she's giving is like this one right here, maybe this tone right here, but I feel like I have this tone right here in other palettes, as like I said, y'all see in the what do you call it, in the shorts I'm gonna put on YouTube. So let me peel my plastic off my mirror so I can go ahead and give y'all a real quick and cute light. So I'm actually testing out some new stuff on my face right now. I have on the new Nars under eye brightening underneath the eyes, and I have on two of the new L'Oreal blushes. I bought all four because they had buy one get one 50% off, and they came back in stock, so I got all four shades for us to try out, but I only have two on the face today. So I have on Confident Coral, sorry, I have on Fearless Coral and Confident Pink on the face, and then I put on the new Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear. That's what's on the lips. As you can see, it's just like that juicy your lip, but better kind of lip gloss, if you will, to give you that shiny, plump looking effect. But I'm gonna go off camera and figure out what kind of eye look I can do with this palette, and I will be right back. I'm not gonna give y'all two, you just gonna get one, but I'm trying to incorporate as many shades in here as I can. It looks like it's a couple of cream to powders. Like this looks like it's a cream to powder, and the green looks like it's cream to powder. But when I read the description, it didn't say anything about cream to powder, but just the texture of it in the pan lets me think it's cream to powder. And then I'm assuming like these are the 40 ones. I have to use this one because I can see it shifting when I like turn it this way. it has a shifting tone to it. So y'all know me, I'm probably gonna do a turquoise greenish blue look. I'm not even gonna front, like I'm probably not gonna touch these neutrals. I might touch the orange cream powder just so we can get an idea. So I'll probably use this, both the cream to powder, just so we can get an idea of the formula is gonna be the same, even though it's darker, if it works. And then this lighter one, then I want to probably put this in the crease along with maybe like some of these fun greens. I'm not sure exactly, but most likely those tones I talked about will be in the look. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl. Okay, so I was too lazy to get up and put my eyeliner and mascara on right now. We're gonna put the inner corner in together because I want to use this bright yellow on cam. I mean this bright orange, light greenish, neon greenish situation on camera. So that's why I didn't do that yet. So I started off with the cream to powder shade down here. Then I added this one because I feel like I didn't have enough depth with just this one alone. I started with this on the outer V, then I put this one in to make it lighter because I had to use this shade. I put all 3 of these shimmers on the lid, and I mix these 2 greens right here in the crease. Now the thing is, all 3 shimmers to me look pretty similar on the lid, so I'll swatch them on my hand so you can see them separately. I feel like they look pretty similar like on my hand too though. Like this one just has this more sparkly foil, if you will. This one is more of a shiny metallic, and this is like more of a classic metallic, if you will. This one definitely was more buttery when I swatched it than this one was, and this one's just a little bit deeper, but I feel like all of them look the same on the lid, or maybe it's just me. I was hoping when I turn my head you'd like see a distinction, but I don't, so I figured y'all probably don't either. So I figured I swatched on the hand, you can see what I was talking about. So let's get into the eye, girl. So this cream to powder, it went on nice and okay or whatever. It's just I felt like it didn't give me enough depth as I was hoping for. So I was like, but y'all don't know how excited I am. Adriangameover graduated from 8th grade yesterday, so the boy is officially in high school now. Once school starts back August 10th, his graduation was at St. Xavier. I'm just putting the orange on top that I told y'all I ended up putting on later. I didn't put it on in the beginning, but I'm like, since we here, I'm just go ahead and put it on the beginning now on top instead of later like I did last time. But anyway, so yes, Adriangameover has graduated from the 8th grade, y'all. I am happy and proud that we are closer and closer to the end of the road. But yeah, so that was like the longest day of life. Cause then after that I had to go pick up his best friend and take them to the movies, and his best friend doesn't graduate till I think it's June the 7th. So I took them to go see the new Spider-Man movies with Miles Morales. I'm starting off with that darker cream to powder matte now, and it didn't start till like 9 o'clock, so they didn't get out the movie till like 11 something. So his friend didn't get back home till 12, which I feel like kind of felt bad because I'm like, he still got to go to school in the morning. Adrian had to go, but I knew Adrian was going to be out of town for like 2 weeks, and I was hoping to get the boys present to him that same day, his best friend Raheem. But like what ended up happening was Adrian told me the wrong console that his friend has. So I had ordered the game in advance, and the other place I had to go pick it up from, that mall had already closed. So I was like, I can't go and pick up the package because it's already closed. So I told his little friend, I'm like, next time we see you, I promise you have the present. You're supposed to have it this time, but your friend told me the wrong game console, so that's why, you know, you didn't get the present. I'm gonna take the lighter purple, blue shade and just put it on top now. Save us some time instead of having to come back later and put it on. But yeah, so I was just like, child, the foolishness. There's only one more green shade in here I didn't use, but I'm just like, why did she pick all greens? You can pick like one orange shimmer that have been interesting and nice in the inner corner. Like, why do we need all greens? I guess you're trying to get different tones of like lid shades, if you will, but it's like I want a fun pop of green for the inner corner since I have all these you know, greenish and more blue green turquoise type shade, you know, like she gave a whole bunch of depth on the green. So I feel like this is a much green heavier palette than, you know, it needs to be. She could have put some oranges and stuff in it, but you know, whatever. Now we're gonna go with the crease shade. So I'm gonna start off with that deeper shade, and I mixed it with the lighter shade I showed you in the same row. So I just put them together and just kind of went into the crease like so. But yeah, so that was my Thursday night. Taking Adriangameover to graduation, and taking him and his bestie to the movies. And then today I had to go pick up the boys' present, so the next time we see him, yeah, I already have it because they only hold it at GameStop for I think like 7 days or something. And I knew I would forget and not think about it anymore. And then, you know, they put it back on the shelf and I had to try to go buy it again later. And I was like, it's a whole thing that I don't want to do. So while I'm up, I did that. Then I went to go see one of my old work friends because the store he works at is like around where I, what do you call it? Went to, what do you call it? Where the mall is I went to. So I just went to go see him. I was like, okay, sounds good. I really like these crease shades combined. Like, I feel like I'm liking the green that it's giving. Because I feel like one on its own is like a little deeper than I like with the lighter one mixed with it. I feel like it gives the perfect amount of oomph that I was looking for. So, I'm liking that. Take this green shade. So, yeah, y'all. 4 more years and Adriangameover will be leaving me for somebody's college. How about that? I'm just thinking like, where would this channel be in 4 years? Good Lord. That's such a long time away, it seems like. But yeah, let me go ahead. Put my glitter on. Cut that all out now. So I'm gonna start off with the deepest shade at the bottom that I pointed to. I started putting that on the outer V. Well, not the outer V, but toward the outer V. So this works. Y'all, the parking lot was so packed and crowded. It was hard to get in. It was hard to get out. I was just like, look here. It was impossible to get out of there. I'm taking the second shade in the same row with the darker green shade and putting it toward the middle of the eye. And I don't know. I just feel like all the shades looked somewhat similar. And then I'm going with this light shade in the front that's supposed to trend that looks like it has a different undertone underneath the base. So it was supposed to make it look different in this look, but I feel like it didn't do what I was hoping it would do. That's the one I'm putting on now. So I started off with this one toward the back. This is the one that's in the middle, and then this is the one that's toward the top. And like I said, I feel like I don't see any difference in the tones. I'm sure you can get variation in them. It's just, I don't know, with this look, I don't feel like it did a good job of that. But then again, I didn't have that many shimmers to choose from. Like, all the shimmers in here are green, which again is what I'm going back to. Like, why didn't you pick at least one orange one for us to have some like versatility with? Because you have a couple orange shades in here. What if I want to do an orange look with this palette? I know it's like green heavy, but I should have the option. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you got a couple of orange shades in here. Like, why didn't you just give me an orange shimmer to go with the orange shades you put in this palette? Natasha girl, what girl? Well, why couldn't I get that, Natasha? Why? I'm thinking I'm gonna do with a brown eyeliner here. I was thinking about doing an orange eyeliner just because I wanted some orange in this palette, and I feel like it's not giving. And I feel like since it has an orange mask in here, I should have an orange shimmer, and I was denied. So I think that's what I'm gonna do orange eyeliner. Because I was going to just do a brown and play it safe and play it down. But y'all know me, I'm not into the playing it safe, playing it down vibe. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But I'm going to take the matte shade Camu, the really bright shade. And I'm going to pop that as the inner corner shade to give some brightness to this look. Because the shimmers look okay. But since they all are blending in together, instead of giving me like the dual chrome effect I like to have when it comes to putting shimmer on the lid, I feel like I need something to make this look popping. The rest of the shimmers in here aren't going to do it. And the shimmer that I thought was going to do it the most toward the front of the eye, so that this would just be the extra pop, isn't doing it either. So I'm like, we're going to put this in the inner corner and just have pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. Like it's fireworks. Pop, 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 pop. At least that's the effect I'm hoping that it's giving. Okay, y'all, so this is pretty much the finished eye look. Back you on up and talk about my thoughts. So, my first impressions on this palette. It's the standard Natasha Denona palette. It's not like the Zendo palette or what's the other one that people don't like. I'm trying to think. The Love palette, I know a lot of people don't like. It's not giving that quality. It's giving her standard quality like in the, what is it, the Sunrise palette. And then the retro palettes like that, the ones that have the formula, people say it's the good formula, if you will. It gives that same sort of quality. It's just more, I feel like there was more opportunity to put more oranges in here, and she kind of focused more on the greens and the neutral tones, which I know Karen said she felt like this was more a unique palette for her. I still feel like she played a little too safe because there's a lot of the, like, just different tones of green, and some people feel comfortable with green, and since they're like muted greens and not fun pops of green, this is like the fun pop of green, if you will. I'm kind of just like, I still feel like she played it sort of safe, and then she didn't give us enough orange. There should have been like a bright orange to go with these orange tones and this neutral here, as opposed to just gunmetal and lots of green tones. So I wanted a little bit of orange to go in Natasha's, not just all of this shade. But overall, I like the palette. You know, the formula's nice. It gave the standard quality as opposed to other quality, which I felt like would be the most important thing to touch on. And this, the fact that, you know, it's actually giving, you know, good quality, because since she keep changing the prices and then you had to pay that high price for the the pastel palette, honey, I wanted to make sure that this one was up to par, because or else I definitely gonna be like, yeah, just do what I said in that, you know, why you don't need video and use that palette, because honey, it's not. But in that palette, at least you get the sparkly orange that I was talking about, because I was hoping this palette had it and it didn't. And that's honestly my only disappointment about it. It doesn't have a sparkly orange in it. But otherwise, it's fine. I can put on some orange eyeliner. I'm going to go put on some orange eyeliner. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.